Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamonds for Thursday, February 27th, 2025. I am Drew Martin, breaking down the college basketball slate for tonight. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. It helps grow the show, guys. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, a Big Ten conference matchup, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific on Peacock, Chrysler Center, Ann Arbor, Michigan. It is the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan comes in as the 15th ranked team in the country, minus 11 and a hook as the home favorite, 154 being the total. Rutgers just 500 on the season. Michigan 21-6, 13-3 in the Big Ten. The Scarlet Knights just 7-10 in the Big Ten Conference. But the Rutgers offense has come to life, 89 points and 95 points in their last two games. And a big reason why, their point guard, Dylan Harper, he put up 25 and 34 points in those games respectfully. And when you look at the last matchup between Rutgers and Michigan, it finished 66-63. Michigan won the game, and it fell well below the closing total. Where we're going after this one is we're actually going to bet this matchup over the total, over 154. And a big reason why, Dylan Harper didn't play in that first matchup against Michigan. Now he's back in the lineup. He's obviously scoring here. Rutgers is scoring a bunch overall. In Michigan at the same time, yes, they only scored 49 points against Nebraska last time out. But I went back and watched a good portion of that game. I don't think, that shooting can really continue from the Wolverines. It was almost like there was a lid on the basket really for both teams. The game finished, I think, 49-46. I think they're going to be able to score against the Rutgers defense. And really, Michigan, they haven't been hitting a bunch of overs of recent, but they played a lot of slow-paced teams. Rutgers is playing a lot faster right now. We've been betting Rutgers to the over with some success. We're going to do it again here. 154, the total. Rutgers and Michigan. We're tipping us off Thursday night with this over. We got next game up, also 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. This one's streamable, ESPN Plus. We're going a little bit off the radar here to ICCU Arena in Moscow, Idaho. It is Idaho State and Idaho, 150.5 being the total. We are seeing the Idaho State Bengals minus 1 point road favorite over the Idaho Vandals. This is, of course, the Potato State Trophy game with Idaho coming in 4 games under 500, Idaho State 500 on the season. But the difference is here is that against the spread records, Idaho State's been underpriced really all season, 15-8 against the spread, where Idaho just 10-15 ATS. And actually the Vandals, the home team here, Idaho has been dropping 5 of their last 6 against the spread, including 0-3 against the number at home. So for whatever reason, they haven't played well in Moscow. And Idaho State, this is a team in the Big Sky Conference that's the number 1 rebounding team, number 1 scoring defense, number 1 rebounding margin in terms of in the conference here, guys. And their point guard, Dylan Darling, he had 28 points last time out. Idaho State won the first meeting 87-71. They won it by 16 points. Granted, they were at home. But they're also 12-2 the last 14 against the Idaho Vandals. So they've really had their number here going back multiple seasons. Just laying 1 point. I like Idaho State, the Bengals here over the Vandals in the Potato State Trophy game. Got 1 game left for you guys. A reminder, if you could comment below, it does help out the algorithm growing the show. We'll do a question and answer on tomorrow's show, the Friday card. Not a lot of games, so we'll have a chance. We do have some questions lined up. But if you have any, fire away in the comments below. Your college basketball picks, more than welcome. NBA, all of that, guys. And if you're interested in premium picks, check them out. Experts page, Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. Do have a 5% max limit up and available there going Thursday night. We won our last 5% by 30 points. So really like this matchup on the Thursday night card. It's a game we're not breaking down on the slate. But we do have the best bet for the show here. Another game I really like. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific will act as the nightcap for the show. This one also streamable, ESPN Plus. We're heading to the Thunderdome in Santa Barbara, California for Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos hosting the Mustangs. We are seeing UCSB minus 6.5 point home favorites. 156, 157 being the total, depending where you're shopping. I'm doing this in the, it's about midnight Pacific time here. So if these numbers change, it is in the overnight betting market, kind of burning the midnight oil here, guys. We get Cal Poly coming in 11-17 on the season, just 5-11 in the Big West Conference. UC Santa Barbara 18-10, solid year here, 10-7 in the conference. This is the number one three-point shooting offense and the number one three-point shooting defense for UC Santa Barbara. And I think that's going to be the difference in this matchup, because Cal Poly, they love to fire off threes. They're number 9 in the country in terms of three-point attempts. This is also a contrasting styles matchup. Cal Poly is one of the fastest teams in the country. Depends what metrics you go off of, but by far the fastest paced team in the Big West Conference. And they're up against UC Santa Barbara here, who's the slowest paced team. They like to take their time, play good defense, and so it's who's going to control pace here. Well, UC Santa Barbara is the more talented team, and they're also at home. So I think Santa Barbara is going to control the pace here. They're 11-4 at home, whereas Cal Poly just 4-12 on the road. So we get that kind of dynamic here, where Cal Poly's got to travel, and they haven't had much success doing so. In the first matchup, UCSB won that game 75-72. It stayed under by 10 points. There was only 65 possessions in it, which makes me look towards UC Santa Barbara was able to play in that game with 65 possessions. That makes it another kind of, I guess you could say, notch towards their side, that they're going to be able to control the tempo, play the defense here. It was really only one of 3 games that Cal Poly's played all season long with 65 or less possessions. So again, guys, I go down to pace. I think Santa Barbara is going to control it here. And I think the 3-point line, with Santa Barbara being at home, the number 1 3-point shooting team, I think that's going to work in their favor. And Cal Poly, the amount of times they shoot threes, I'm actually looking to bet on Cal Poly at home and look to fade them on the road. So we'll do that here. We're going UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos, -6 and a hook as the best bet for the show. So guys, in recap, we got UC Santa Barbara -6.5. We got the Idaho State Bengals -1 over the Idaho Vandals in the Potato State Trophy game. And we also talked about the Rutgers and Michigan game, betting it up and over 154 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So that's going to do it for the show here, guys. Remember, if you comment below, helps out. Smash that like button. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Come back and join us on Friday, guys.